Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Bakapashim, Jim Islam, and giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. It should be just a quick one. As the news yesterday was speaking about Germany, right? And and the issue that they're facing, and so I was gonna call this video is Germany becoming a pig, right? And for those of you that know, in Europe there's this term called pigs, right? And they denote these weaker economies in Europe that are suffering, that are struggling, right? Because Germany, is starting to struggle right now with the host of challenges that they face right now, and people are looking at Germany, looking down on it, But yeah, we got the thing called the pigs nations here in Europe, and they represent Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Spain, right, as these economies in Europe that are struggling. What we call the weaker toes, right? In the Revelation in the dream of Daniel, in Daniel chapter 2, right? And is Germany becoming one of them? Because Germany was the strongest, European nation before the pandemic hit, and so on and so forth, right? But these guys are really struggling right now, but it's what it is. It's indicative of all these European nations, man, because they're all being brought down. All right, and Germany's just the one being looked at because they've come from a high position, right? They've been exalted into the heavens, and now they're being brought down. But this will be true with all of Esau's kingdom. America, the whole of Europe, all of this place, everything in this place. The Lord is bringing this place down, right? And you're seeing the signs. Okay, we've been seeing the signs, But now, even these stronger economies that supposedly exist, right? They're struggling, right? UK struggling, right? UK got the lowest GDP growth at the whole euro, man. I think, right? Is bad, right? But Germany, like I said, this was to be the strongest, and yet, they're having issues, man, and a whole bunch of issues, right? So, you got this title from the Economist: the German economy from European leader to laggard, right? And you got from CNN: why some are calling Germany the sick man of Europe once again, right? Germany is struggling for CNBC. Germany is struggling to move away from its sick man of Europe image. All right, and like I said, there's a host of reasons. Okay, all of them are down to the Heavenly Father, But obviously, the war in Ukraine, Germany is very heavily reliant on gas from Russia. Okay, but they've had to kind of stop that because they've been ordered by the harlot that sits on the beast. Because NATO, EU is the beast, right? All these different heads, right? America sits on them, right? America dictates to them what they can and can't do, right? And obviously they were getting upset that Germany was still doing like deals with Russia for the gas and the energy and stuff like that, but they were heavily reliant upon it, man. It was getting good gas, good cheap gas, but now it's hella expensive. Everybody's shit is expensive now, right? They went on their green agendas, right? They were shutting down their nuclear power plants and trying to put up wind turbines and shit, which just doesn't produce as much, man. So they're in a bit of a quagmire, man, because all their costs are rising up, inflation's ramping up. They're screwed. Okay, they're really screwed, man. And the Lord's just adding more and more problems, man. The political division. It's all happening. It's all happening. But again, it's not just in Germany. It's in all these, all these other nations, man. The Lord is simultaneously attacking these different nations, man. But I just found this interesting because Germany is meant to be a strong nation, and yet now they're being looked at as, something that's fumbling, something that's getting weaker, amongst them. Even if you check this graph, if this graph is to do with this, I don't know where this graph is from. But here, right, you'll see Poland is at the top of the list right now. And like, what's Poland? Who's Poland? You know what I'm saying? Poland were nobody. Like, um, you got Netherlands, France, or even Spain. Even Spain, even though Spain is part of the pigs, right? They're a struggling economy. Even they are above Germany right now. Okay, and Britain, right? Italy, oh, Italy's hurt. Well, since 2005 and 2019 anyway. I don't know if this has changed now. But they were like minus numbers right there. See the blue bar going backwards? Italy's hurt. But you can see the dark blue bars, the forecast of what they predict is, how they're going to bounce back. They ain't no bouncing back, man. You man ain't bouncing back. Europe is screwed. Right? The 10 toes, they're screwed, man. Right? So yeah, they're predicting that the growth is going to come back and blah 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 blah. This is by 2028. So what's this now? In 2003, for 5 years from now, man. These men not even have a country left. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on with Germany. Okay, the so-called leader of the EU. In terms of economic growth and whatever. All right. Well, we're gonna read in Daniel chapter 2, verse 40 here. And this is where we're at right now. We're in the fourth kingdom. Okay, we're in the continuation of the fourth kingdom, which was Rome. Okay, which did fall, right? But as the book of Revelation speaks about, the head of the beast whose head was wounded. Okay, it was healed. Right. Okay, it was brought back. Right. And so, i.e. Esau, when he came back into rulership, after his his time away. Okay. When he was bound for 1,000 years, his time away. Okay, came back, during Renaissance period and brought back his image and, his empire, his kingdom. Right? So we're in this fourth kingdom, and it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. Okay, this was the Roman Empire, because that's what they did. And as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, okay, which is a part of the leg, right, part of the feet, right? It says part of potter's clay and part of iron, right? So it's not strictly iron anymore. Now it's iron and clay. So it's the it's the remnant of it, right? It still exists, but it's not the same as it once was, right? Part of iron, part of potter's clay and part of iron. The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, right? So militarily, Esau still got it, right? He's still the mightiest of all nations. That's why he's able to, dictate and subdue nations before him. All right, but there is weakness in it. Okay, there's weakness in it, right? And this is this clay, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Right, so like we mentioned before, there's a term that they got out here for those weaker parts. Okay, and they're called the pigs. Now Germany seems to be, they're trying to add Germany to that list now, even though, Germany is not quite there yet, obviously, but it just shows you, man, that from being strong, all these nations are becoming weaker. The Most High is making them weaker. All right. And the funny thing is, man, Germany bailed out a lot of people in the past, like helping these pigs nations, man. They spent, quite a bit of money helping different nations out, but now they're in that fucking boat almost. They need a fucking hand out. You know what I'm saying? This is but there shall be and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another. Right? This union, this European Union, which the UK was a part of, right? They're not united. right? There is problems with immigration and all kinds of things, man. Like I said, the political system, the left, the right, and that they're all at odds with one another, right? These kingdoms are collapsing from the inside, they're imploding, right? And it's creating all these divisions, right? It's going to cause great violence in the time of trouble. Okay, pursuant to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. The time of trouble is coming, right? It's being, built up, for lack of a better word, right? And it's going to cause extreme violence. All these problems that these nations are facing are going to increase. They're going to exacerbate themselves, right? And it's going to plunge this world into a dark, evil, man. All right? So there's nothing that these kingdoms are going to do to bounce back, right? But this will be the excuse or the reason that Esau needs to enforce, right, and bring in his new world agenda, right? So even though it's, I said, it's the Most High, it's putting the strings of Esau to create this situation, man, because he knows what he's doing. He knows all these events and these like legislation changes, like it's to do with green energy, and he knows it's not sustainable. He's just throwing it at the people. Yeah, we got to do this by this time. We got to do this by this time. We got to get rid of the cars. You got to do this. You got to do that. Or we got to, bring more immigrants, and we got, he knows that it's gonna cause a fucking catastrophe. He knows that. That's what he's aiming for. But like I said, it's the Most High pulling these strings to do these things because the Most High wants to ultimately destroy all these nations, right? But the people were out here just thinking, oh, things are gonna get better at some point. What the roller coaster that we're on, right? There ain't no ups no more. He ain't going back up no more. It's all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, man. Until it plunges into that darkness, man, and you ain't coming out of it, man. Okay, what you seen in these, in Gaza and Israel right now, people just laying in the street and stuff like that, man. That's gonna happen everywhere. Amongst neighbors, man. People that's supposed to be united, and the same nation and all this kind of business. It's gonna end. It's gonna end mucky. All right. I believe that was that one. All right. So, but what we're waiting for is the Lord to turn up and clean all this mess up, right? I'm going to read verse 44 here. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, right? This is the kingdom of heaven. This is the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And the kingdom should not be left to other people, right? Because who is it for? It's for the Israelites. Okay, beginning with the elect. Okay, it's not for these other nations. These other nations had their time in rulership above us and ruling over us and whatever. Okay, their time is over now. Okay, this is the kingdom of righteousness that's been established now. So that belongs to the Israelites, right? But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And that's what the Lord's doing. The Lord's consuming these kingdoms right now. Okay, the nail in the coffin is going to be when Yahushua turns up, man, and puts everybody in slavery. Right? That's going to be the nail in the coffin for you lot. All right? Is Isaiah 19. I'm going to read from... I'm going to just read from the top. Right, so the burden of Egypt, right? And this is beginning with America, because America is that spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, right? But this goes out through all these kingdoms, right? So the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? In fighting. Okay, fighting amongst one another, right? And they shall fight every one against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. Right, all these counsels, and what we're going to do, how we're going to, improve, that's all going to fail. That's why nothing's working. Everything is doomed to fail, right? There is no answers, solutions. Even though Esau's going to come bring you, supposed solutions, right? None of this is going to work. Everyone can take an MOTB. It ain't going to work. This isn't going to bring your kingdom back. All right? It's not going to work, right? And the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, right? And this is our Lord Yahushua. Like I said, he's going to slap the chains on everybody, man. Not him personally necessarily, but he gonna get the order, and chains gonna get slapped on people, man. All right, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted up and dried, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and the flags shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. The fishers also shall mourn, and all that cast angle into the brook shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the water shall languish. Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded, and shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish. Surely the prince of Zoan are fools. The counsel of the wise counsels of Pharaoh is become brutish. How shall say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings, right? Because evidently everything these guys are doing is just making shit worse. Right, everything's slowing down. Okay, like I said, the economy's dropping, man. They're not producing. People are not producing as much. It's business is closing down. Okay, everything is saying that this place is over. It's finished. Right, and it doesn't matter what kind of smart ass comes in power or office, or whoever, new mayor. It doesn't matter who the fuck comes in, says they're going to change this and change that. It's going to be the same shit. You're on that downward trend, and you're staying on that downward trend. All right. So where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now. Let them know what the Lord of hosts hath proposed upon Egypt. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and hath caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right? Like I said, shit just ain't working. Right? And neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. Right? It's like I said, places are closing down, people losing their jobs. People ain't want to do work out here. And that's why they put you on these benefit systems, man. To get you dependent on government handouts with shit which they can't afford, which is going to tank the economy even more. Keep that inflation pumping. Until that collapses the system, the whole financial system, and then, we have to move on to these CBDCs, and get everybody, signed up and chipped up, and, get your digital credits on your CHIP. Because everything's fucked, everything's screwed, everything's collapsed. Right? That's the way things are going. That's where things are heading. All right, and ain't nobody exempt. Right? That's why I say Germany is supposed to be the leader of EU economically, and yet they're struggling right now, man. Right? Things aren't looking good. And in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. It's the Lord doing this damage to this place, shaking things up. Okay, making it feel uncomfortable, man. Bringing plagues and pestilences upon these nations, man. All right. In 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 5 says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right, the Lord's doing all of this, right? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither would I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. I will destroy all the land thereof. Right? And that's what the Lord's doing. He's destroying the land. He's destroying your economies. Okay, he's destroying the spirit, changing the spirit of these people into cold-hearted motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Ready to fight and kill one another. Okay, the Lord is doing all of that, man. Right? So Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for the seed shall fail through the blasting in hell with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Right, so this is where it's all leading to. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, that's what's being set up, and like I said, nowhere is exempt. So if you're thinking, oh well, it's shit here, but if I just go and move over here, things are better over here. Everything's gonna follow suit, man. Some places might take longer than others to get to that stage, man, but it's gonna follow suit. You're not gonna escape, the downfall and the destruction that the Lord is bringing upon these nations. You're not. Okay, there ain't nowhere that's exempt from the Lord, man. Right, you ain't gonna have a better time anywhere, man. The whole earth is gonna go through this. All right. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. So then Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Right? And all these nations are divided. All these protests, all these uproars of the people, which is all part of prophecy, also, might I add. Right? It's all happening everywhere. Right? And when things are like this, and the problems and the situations is real, right? And there don't seem to be no fix. There ain't no fix, no quick fix for nothing. Ain't no fix at all, right? It's gonna, like I said, increase the problems, increase the tensions, right? These nations are divided, right? So every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand, right? And so it can't stand. These places can't stand. They can't resist the Lord, right? I'm going to close out with this. Jeremiah 51 verse 9 says, we would have healed Babylon. Actually, let me read up. I'm going to start from verse 7 here. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Right? That's America. Right? The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. They follow the blueprint. Trying to follow the blueprint of America, man. Following their ways and adopting their philosophies and, democracy and, the way of living, man. Okay. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Right? And so America is the pinnacle nation, man. And they're going down. They've been going down for a long time, man. Some steady state decline. Okay, but it's declining. It's not strengthening. America is not strong no more. Not like how it used to be. Everything about America is going down in the fucking dumps, man. And all these other nations are going to follow suit, man. It's just as simple as that. America's just going to hold on to their power for longer because they're the pinnacle city. They're the greater. They're the ruler over all these other nations, man. But it's going down. Okay, and these other nations are going to go down with it. Right? So we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right? Because that's what your desire would be if it would be go back to normal, right? So you can, carry on being prosperous and make money and that kind of shit. But it's not like that right now, is it? It ain't going to be like that ever again. Right? So we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right? Because America is going to receive that great judgment. But like I said, all these other nations, they're going to be brought down and destroyed too when Yahushua returns. Right? Yahushua and the angels and men of the Lord, they're going to slap chains on those that survive, the wars, the World War III. Okay, and the missiles in that, man. So, like I said, man, in Germany, once revered, in Europe is struggling. Okay, and it's being brought into the gutter, down with the pigs, down into the dirt, right? And it's just another sign that this whole Esau's kingdom is going down on its way out, man. So with that, Lord, it's been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.